I loved her for real, but she only married me for a green card. If someone asked me, "Do you believe in love?" I would answer, "I used to." Wholeheartedly. I believe that if two people loved each other enough, they could overcome any obstacle: language, culture, time, even distance. I truly believed in that until the day love was shattered by a harsh truth. The woman I loved, the one I married, only did it to get a green card. We met like it was destiny. I met her at a small gathering hosted by some friends. She was an international student who had just arrived in the US a few months earlier. I still remember her eyes, bright, yet lost. Eyes that looked at everything around her with wonder and quiet hope. Her voice was gentle, with a slight accent. Her English wasn't fluent yet, but every word she spoke carried big dreams. We talked for hours. I don't even remember what exactly we talked about, only that I felt connected to her. She shared about her hometown, the food she missed, and her longing to stay, to work, to belong here. I listened, and somehow, something in me softened. After that day, we kept seeing each other more and more. Casual coffee dates turned into long walks, and those turned into evenings where we'd simply sit in silence together. She was smart, mature, and seemed genuinely kind. I had never thought of marrying someone from another country, but with her, borders blurred. I believed in love. I believed in fate. And I believed in her. Love, or just an illusion? We dated for nearly a year. It was one of the happiest times of my life. Then one day, she told me, "My visa is expiring soon. If I can't find a way to stay, I'll have to go home." I didn't think twice. I didn't hesitate. I proposed. She cried. She hugged me tightly. She said she loved me. And I thought, I was the luckiest man alive. We got married a few months later. It was a small, simple ceremony. But for me, it was the start of a new chapter. And yet, things slowly began to change. She grew distant. The hugs were quicker. Her eyes were colder. Our evenings felt like routines, not moments of intimacy. I felt something was off. Still, I told myself, this is normal. Everyone changes a little after marriage. I wanted to believe that our love was just tired, not fading. I wanted to believe. The truth uncovered. 3 years into our marriage. One day, I was cleaning out a drawer and found her old phone. It didn't work properly anymore, but I turned it on out of curiosity. Surprisingly, it still had some old chat logs from an app she rarely used. I opened them, and that's when my world collapsed. Just a few more months. Once I get the green card, I'll be free. Americans are so easy to fool. As long as you pretend to be sweet, they believe anything. Those words pierced through me like knives. I sat down on the floor, my hands trembling. Everything we had, the proposal, the wedding, every kiss, every smile, was it all just an act? Pain and rage. I didn't confront her right away. I needed time. I needed to be sure. I started observing her tone, her actions, her absences. Suddenly, it all made sense. I felt like a fool. I had given her my heart, my life. And she only wanted a green card. I stayed up late every night, drowning in questions. How could I not see this? How could she look me in the eye for years and lie? The confrontation. One night, I printed out the chat. I left it on the table. When she got home and saw the paper, she froze. Her face turned pale. She sat down quietly, and then she cried. I'm sorry. At first, yes, I only wanted to stay in America. But then, I really did fall in love with you. I was afraid if I told you the truth, you'd leave me. I didn't know what to believe anymore. Was it real love that grew later? Or was this just another part of the performance? Torn apart inside. I lived in turmoil for days. Every time I looked at her, I felt pain, confusion, and a strange longing. Did I still love her? Was there any truth behind all those lies? I thought about my family, my future. I thought about the girl I first met, the one who looked so fragile and full of dreams. Maybe the world had been too harsh on her. Maybe survival forced her to make these choices. I didn't want to hurt her, but I also couldn't lie to myself. I still had love in me, but I had lost all trust. The decision. Eventually, I made my choice. I wouldn't report her. I wouldn't try to destroy her life. But I couldn't continue our marriage. I filed for divorce. When I handed her the papers, she said nothing. She just looked at me a long, lingering look. And then she turned away. No words. No goodbye. After the divorce. Later, I heard she moved to another state. No calls. No messages. No closure. She vanished. I started therapy. I needed to heal. I needed to forgive not for her sake, but for mine. I learned something important. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. It's letting go of the anger so you can keep living. Because carrying pain around, it only poisons you from the inside. Final thoughts. If you've ever been betrayed, you are not alone. If you've lost faith in love, I understand. But even so, I hope you keep believing. Because as long as you still love yourself, you haven't lost. I loved her with all my heart. And that was never a mistake.